Alright, welcome back. Update time. Sorry it's been a little while, guys. Time, work, money, all the above. Plus I finally got myself a new camera. Personal upgrade to the new S8, so hopefully this video turns out alright. Let's see, where were we last time we left off? Projects. Oh, yes. Got my new radiator in. Upper and lower radiator hose. Got my valve cover gaskets all installed. Got the spec measurements from my contact up at Cummins, and this engine actually spec'd out almost exactly within spec. So they'd had a valve adjustment done not too long in the past, so I'm very, very pleased. Been toiling around with the upgrading this H1C turbo to the compressor and wheel for off that 8.3 turbo. It's actually fairly straightforward. I actually took this thing apart just to clean it while I was doing everything else. Very easy. That's a 12 mil, just a V-band clamp. Same thing on the back. And then you take those out very carefully, pull that straight forward, and the compressor wheel's underneath. But to do the whole project, there's these small bolts right there that I'd have to take off to pull the back plate off. But it would leave this center section here completely intact. And as you can see, it's dry as a bone. Cleaned it up real nice. Got the 4-inch downpipe in. Had to finagle it a little bit. I had to use a bottle jack to hold the exhaust up because I now have a 5-inch exhaust installed. And it is a true 5-inch exhaust. It goes just right here underneath the frame. Just some clamps, run it all the way up, and right there's the bottom edge of that 4-inch downpipe. Then it has a 4 to 5 couple. And because I had a friend of mine helping me at work, I just had him turn it out the side. But that's a 90-degree turn. See if I can run it up the bed here. I've kind of been toiling with that idea back and forth. I can see the advantages and disadvantages of both. Stacks look and sound awesome, but you lose a little bit of bed real estate. So, yeah, stand by on that. Coolant bottle, basically everything for the coolant system outside of the engine's been replaced with the exception of the water pump. Just because, you know, it was nice and tight. There was no messy debris in there, so I just flushed it out and called it a day. Water pumps on these are right down there, but everything else is new. Radiator, upper lower radiator hose, thermostat. Man, putting that did the killer Dowel Pin. That actually is not hard. What made this a little bit more difficult, not having ever done the project myself, you know, having to use the YouTube videos, was putting the front seal in there that actually seals the crankcase to the engine. Because when you order that gasket set from Cummins, it comes with this janky ass little thing here, which is what you use to drive the seal into the front cover here. And be very, 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 very careful with that. It's not even, and it is stamped, so if you go beating on the damn thing with a hammer, you're just going to bend it all to hell. The front cover here. It would have been a lot easier if I'd have just taken the thing into work. I didn't have time. I was doing it on a weekend, obviously. Plus, it was unbelievably dirty with filth down there because the seal down there was starting to shell out, and it was starting to slobber a little. So it just kind of exacerbated it a little bit. But using this guy to drive it forward, this right here is the contact edge, and you press it in this way, forward, not that way. You can, believe it or not, put these in backwards. And one of the videos I watched on it says, you know, don't be like me and be a dumbass and drive the thing in the wrong way, because you're going to put it all back together and you're just going to have a hellacious oil leak the minute you fire it up. The other thing on it is there's a plastic sleeve that's in that front seal. Leave that on there as you place the front cover back on the engine, because as you do, that front cover will hold. There's a lip kind of looks like this in reverse, going that way into the engine. It'll hold that lip tight around the nose of the crankshaft, and as you drive it in, it'll keep that lip in place. Otherwise, it'll get all bent to hell in there, to get all gummed up, and again, horrendous oil leak. Then you got to take it all back apart again. You know, another $30 seal, and in the meantime, your truck sits. So do it right, or you'll do it twice, and you'll pay twice. And then, you know, then it's just putting it back together. I mean, it literally, once I got this radiator in place, and then putting the belt back on was kind of a pain by myself, just because it's tight. Plus, the AC is bypassed in this truck. See, there's the thing down there, because this compressor, I mean, it's dicked. So it's just taking up real estate down there. But it was kind of tough to get that on. I mean, but it really only took me about 30 minutes to put the truck back together once I was done. Fire it up, drive around the block, check for oil leaks and coolant leaks. I don't really like how this is pinched, but they didn't have anything in the local hardware hardware store, so I just got this generic. I mean, at some point, I don't know, I may change it out, but you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. Anyways, so let's see here. What else have I done? Oh yeah, the best parts are free parts. I was able to acquire this LED light bar, which is the exact same one I got on the front of the Duramax here, with the exception of those silver ones. But these things are stupid bright, because the stock halogen bulbs that go in these old trucks like this, they're pathetic, especially you get out in the country at night. You know, there's lots of deer running around in central Iowa. So, excuse me. Got that right there. A little bit of MacGyver wiring, you know. Again, you know, the best parts are free parts, and I count my own labor as free labor. It ain't pretty, but it works. You know, I never claim to be an electrician. Matter of fact, I explicitly state that I am not an electrician. But it's pretty straightforward. You know, just a 40 amp fuse, positive, negative, wire runs. Now, before you go drilling holes in your damn firewall like I was about to, you know, look to see where the shit goes through. And right there, there's a grommet right there. I just passed it through, taped it up on the inside, and she works. I just got to fix the alignment, because it's pointed down. It was in a lifted truck, so it's pointed down at the ground. So it's not just going to absolutely blind the drivers in front of you that are approaching you. But these things are very, very bright. So score there. Again, the best parts are free parts. But I can't stress enough, you know, just how helpful, you know, YouTube videos. I mean, you can find anything about anything online, you know, and about 90% of what I've done so far, I've never done half this stuff before on a Cummins diesel, but I will, I definitely got to give a shout out there.